In an effort to alleviate his dog's depression, a dog owner plans a seaside holiday. They explore Winterton-on-Sea, where the dog finds joy in the beach. Amid coastal erosion and local exploration, the dog's spirits lift. Meanwhile, Eastenders announces the return of Layla Morse as Big M.O. Harris to the soap opera. I booked my depressed dog a holiday to see if it could cure his blues. Bowser, my affectionate and ridiculous 3-year-old cockapoo, is normally bouncy and carefree. But lately his tail has been hanging a little lower than usual and he keeps giving me long, soulful looks. If the black dog has visited my white dog, it would make sense. We've had a tough winter of endless rainy days that prevented the long off-lead hill yomps that he loves, and he had a traumatic operation which required multiple vet trips and wearing the cone of sorrow for weeks. 2 beautiful, playful little kittens who humiliate him with their agility, eat his food, steal my affections, and, the ultimate insult, poo in his bed. So I don't blame him for being fed up. As far-fetched as it may sound, our canine companions can suffer from depression, according to dog behaviorist James Hare, of Nuki Puppy and Dog Training. James lists a loss of appetite, sleeping more, appearing lethargic, destructive behavior and withdrawing from social situations as indicators that a dog may be feeling down, and he recommends that concerned owners try to establish what could be upsetting their pet. Be there for them. Understand what they are telling you. Dogs do speak, but only to those who know how to listen, he says. Bowser was a lockdown puppy, and though I'd always wanted a dog, I could never have imagined how much he would enrich my life during those dark days of isolation. He gave me a reason to chat to strangers in the park, and I would stand for hours talking sadly to them about death counts and vaccine development, while Bowser made friends with all the local good boys and girls. He encouraged me to explore the nearby hills and woods and brought joy and warmth to those long, tedious months to everyone he met. He looked after my mental health then, so I'm going to look after his, now. But how to cheer a dog up? Increasing mental and physical stimulation is key. Take your dog on different variations of walk. Give them puzzle toys, make them work a little for their food, James says. I decide to go one step further and take him on a little holiday, just the 2 of us. Bowser loves 2 things more than anything in this world: a tennis ball and a beach. So we pack off to Winterton-on-Sea, near Great Yarmouth, a small town that prides itself on being dog-friendly. Neither of us have ever been to the Norfolk coastline, so it felt like a good destination. We drive for hours from our home in Gloucestershire, past the Broads and beneath expansive skies, before we finally arrived at Eva's Lookout, a lovely house a stone's throw from the beach. It's an upside-down house designed so that the living rooms get the benefit of the light and sea views, and it has a fully enclosed front and back garden, perfect for dogs. It also had a balcony along the first floor with a glass balustrade, which meant Bowser could watch the dogwalkers on the dunes below while I enjoyed the views of the North Sea. What was great was that the property was completely enclosed, so he could frolic freely, and there was a sizable downstairs sink for sandy paws. Plus, Winterton Cottages kindly left me with a list of walks to explore alongside a menu of dog-friendly pubs and restaurants. In fact, the whole area is. The local pubs are dog-friendly, the post office sells tennis balls, and Poppy's Tea Room in town serves puppuccinos and doggy sausages. As soon as we arrive, Bowser wants to explore, so we head out, over the dunes and onto the beautifully unspoilt beach. If this was Devon or Cornwall, dogs would understandably be banned from certain areas, but here Bauer has free rein and immediately takes off, digging holes, running from waves and chasing his ball. I want to head north to explore Horsey, where mother seals go to have their pups, but a local woman tells me we are too late in the season and that they've already gone. Just like the white baby powder sand that used to constitute the beach, she says. Winterton is beautiful, but half the size it used to be, much of it taken by Mother Nature. We examine the spot where coastal erosion and months of storms caused a road to fall into the sand, chunks of cement bearing double yellow lines littering the edge of the beach, and she points to where a cafe used to stand, now vanished. Unconcerned the beach is disappearing, Bowser scampers on, leading me inland to sleepy Winterton-on-Sea, characterized by tiny thatched houses and seaside cottages, but faded and wistful, in the way that out-of-season seaside towns are. We head back to the dunes where we bumble up and down scrubby hillocks as the sun sets and skylarks and nightjars soar. As Bowser bounds and frolics, I see his mood lift. He tells me he has been sad and that he spends too much time in the office. Not in words, but I understand. I work from home, alone, and while we walk daily and make time for friends, I know the long winter has taken its toll on him. We decide to make more trips like this and head back to our holiday let. Surprisingly, 3/4 of the nation's dogs show signs of having poor mental health, with 18% showing symptoms as often as weekly, according to 2022 research by Guide Dogs. The first port of call for worried owners should be the vet, says Joe Nutkins, Kennel Club accredited dog trainer and canine behaviorist at dog training for Essex and Suffolk. But Bowser hates the vet. So instead, the next day I walk him up and down the beach as far as our legs will carry us. We pass Hemsby, where telegraph poles and uprooted trees poke strangely out of the sandbanks, telling of homes and gardens long gone. At least 20 houses have fallen or been demolished as coastal erosion threatens this little community's future. All that is left of them is tire tracks on the sand left by huge trucks that took the rubble. Moving up away from the shore, we explore a sad spot where someone's home once stood, kitchen tiles exposed to the seaside sky, fragments of broken mirror on the ground reflect memories of a life. As the sun breaks through, we walk southwards to a small town called California, which is nothing like California. Tired, we stop for a drink and a snack before walking miles back up the beach to Eva's Lookout. Bowser seems truly happy, enjoying the fresh air and meeting the locals. Beyond exercise, there are other things you can do to help a glum dog, Joe says. Some ways to help your dog feel happier can include spending quality time with them. Give them something to investigate, such as new treats, chews or toys. Invite your dog to play a game with you, such as chasing you, finding you, dragging a toy on a lead for more jerky movements. But when we return to our holiday home, Bowser is too tired for any of this and he sleeps soundly for hours, lulled by the sound of the North Sea from our open windows. Later that day, we head out for one final walk before nightfall. As he pads happily along the beach, he tells me he's not depressed. Winters descend, people get ill, homes fall into the sea. Sad things happen. But we keep going. It's just part of the rich tapestry of life. And anyway, just look at this beautiful beach, he says sagely with a wag of his tail. Yes. Good boy, I tell him, before he picks up his ball and places it in the sand next to the body of a dead seal, sniffing it curiously before cocking his leg and scampering off into the sunset. Eastenders fan favorite to make dramatic return to soap. Layla Morse will return permanently to reprise her role as Eastenders character Big Mo Harris, it has been announced. The 78-year-old actor is known for portraying the fiery matriarch of the Slater family in the BBC One soap from 2000 until she departed Albert Square in 2021. Big Mo left to go on a cruise ship with her love interest Fat Elvis, and has only returned to the square on a few occasions. This time, she is back alongside her great-grandson Freddie Slater, played by Strictly's Bobby Brazier, who is the on-screen son of Graham Foster and Maureen "Little Mo" Slater. Brazier joined EastEnders in 2022 and took a break from the soap while he competed on Strictly Come Dancing last year. Morse said of her return, "I'm delighted to be coming home to Walford to bring Mo back to life. EastEnders holds such a special place in my heart, and I can't wait to be reunited with my on-screen family, who are like my family, as well as old and new faces." She last appeared on screen in 2022 when she attended the wedding of Phil Mitchell and Kat Slater. As renowned schemer, Big Mo's previous storylines involve her long-standing feud with Pat Butcher stealing vegetables from the Walford allotments and helping Sonia Fowler give birth to her daughter on Branning's sofa. Also, in one of her many attempts to make quick cash through questionable means, pretending that Kat had died. Another standout moment was when Mo decided she would start selling hairspray. Unfortunately, a fire broke out at her house, causing an explosion and leaving Kat badly injured. Morse goes by a stage name. Her real name is Maureen Oldman. She is the older sister of Oscar-winning Dark Knight actor and filmmaker Gary Oldman. Chris Crenshaw, EastEnders executive producer, said the show was absolutely delighted to have Morse back on the soap. Although her time away from the square has been short-lived, the Slater family has endured a huge amount of drama since she last appeared on screen, and Mo's return will be no different, he added. We're delighted to welcome Layla back permanently as she is thrust into the heart of the drama alongside great-grandson Freddie. Please subscribe our channel.